welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Maria and I talk all things money on this channel. In this video, we will be reflecting on our 2024 financial goals that we set out at the end of 2023, and we're going to be reflecting on it just before going into the new year. And we will also be talking about my 2025 goals that I have set out for myself, specifically focusing on anything that has to do with finance, professional career work, and stuff like that. If you guys are new here, please make sure to subscribe downstairs to the channel. I would love to see you guys in future videos of mine. Whether you leave a comment or you share the video or give me a thumbs up, obviously it helps my community grow. It helps out the channel a lot, and so I would appreciate if you join for the next one. Make sure that if you subscribe, you ensure that you click the notification bell downstairs. That way you are notified every single time that I upload a new video. And for those of you who don't know, I do have another channel, which is where I started my YouTube back in 2011. And so if you guys want to see the goals that I had for myself for other areas of my life, including personal, hobbies, and also like health and weight related goals, I did post that video also on that channel. And so if you guys are curious, definitely check it out somewhere here and go subscribe to the channel as well. I would love to see you there as well. That channel, like I said in my channel trailer, is more related to vlogs, motherhood, life related things that don't have to do with money. This channel is separate, and so I wanted to keep two videos separate. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and goal set and goal reflect. So I did mention in my other video, but I do have my Cambridge 2025 agenda here for like about 6 or 7 years now. I've always written down my goals, and then after the pandemic, when I was out of school, I was writing more of my social, health, and financial goals. When I was still in school, I was mainly writing like the grades that I wanted for school and stuff like that. But once I became like a working adult out of university, I did write down other areas of my life. So I've been doing that for quite a few years. I definitely encourage you guys to do the same. There is a tangibility portion and piece of writing your goals down versus writing them down on your cell phone. Like there's a feeling to this book that has my goals written down in it, and so I feel like that's definitely a great way to get started on your goal setting and hopefully your goal achieving for this year. And so I encourage you guys to do that, and let me know downstairs some areas that you would like to improve for the new year, any goals that you have in mind, or any goals that you would like to reflect on for the past year that you definitely want to hit for sure this year. I would love to see those in the comments, so definitely leave those downstairs. And I did want to comment on the actual agenda itself. I do have the ones that have the little tabs for every single month. I know some people prefer having the monthly tabs along with like the actual calendar view. Some people just like daily agendas undated, continue forever and ever, amen, if you really wanted to, until you run out of pages. I personally always like the daily view and the monthly view, that way I can see my month at a glance and also have notes every single day. My agenda for 2024 was kind of just a monthly view. This agenda, which I don't want to share, actually I can share the months for this year. This agenda was actually June 2023 to July of 2025 or something like that. I won't be using the calendar view of this anymore because I do prefer like the writing down notes every single day if need be. And it was really difficult for me to get like all the little aspects of my day encased into like a little bubble here that I had for the year. However, it did work, it served its purpose, but for the new year I have other stuff that I can now do. And so yeah, like I said, get whatever agenda you like for your goal setting and such. But I will be also looking into this one, that way I can reflect on my 2024 goals with you guys and we see what I was able to accomplish and what got done and what didn't. So let's get started on that. Oh my goodness. Now that little moment of inconvenience has happened, let me just said a word. No matter what happens in your life, be grateful for everything that happens. God is here to protect you. God is here to cover you from any harm. And although sometimes his timing is not our timing, at the end of the day, we were never here before him. It's important to, regardless of whatever happens, whatever pencil drops, whatever papers get out of order in your agenda, everything happens for a reason. Everything is because of his reason. Just wanted to reflect on that really quickly because, well, that just like really made me mad, but it is what it is. Thanks to God for everything, and thanks to God to be able to share this content with you guys. That way it hopefully helps you become a better person overall and be able to achieve your goals. So without further ado, officially, let's get into the goals. I did start writing down these goals in November 11th, filming December 10th. So almost a month later, I am now filming this video. I have finalized all the goals that I wanted in all my areas. And so like I said before, if you want to check out my personal or health and interpersonal related areas and goals affiliated with those, check out my other channel. But for now, I only will be talking about my professional wealth and finance goals. As stated always in the description, but I'll just state it here, I'm not a financial advisor or a professional in any sort. I'm just a girl who has finances and would like to share her journey here along with you guys. That doesn't mean that whatever I tell you guys is to be taken for law or for Bible. I'm just a girl sharing what has worked for her and what hasn't worked for her, and you guys can do as you wish with that information. I don't have too many 2025 goals written down for my financial stuff, so I'll reflect as the year goes along. What I did for this year, I usually just write my goals for the entire year, but don't do like a mid-year check-in. And so in comparison to other years, I will be starting a mid-year check-in, which is here reflected in the bottom half of the page. That way through like March, April, May, or whatever, or even before the mid section of the year, if I notice that something is not going well or something that is not going to my liking, instead of keeping a goal all the way until December and changing it and being mad at myself because I changed it and I couldn't stick to it psychologically speaking, doing a mid-year check-in will help me be able to like, okay, I'm allowed to reflect on my goal mid-year. That way I'm able to do the adjustments necessary so that I am able to meet the goal itself. I did want to mention that, but again, do whatever goal setting style or format that you like. This is what works for me, and so I hope that you find a way that works for you. And I hope that of course we can meet all our goals together. Let's go into my professional and finance related goals for 2024. Unfortunately, I was not able to meet majority of these, and this is because of circumstances that happened throughout the early stages of 2024. I ran my goals in the last month and a half or so of the previous year, so these are written down 2023 in November or December. Ironically, I didn't write down the date, which I always do, but whatever, it is what it is. I wasn't able to meet these goals because of a lot of financial hardship that we've been facing, my husband and I, not to get into details or whatever, so we'll walk through them together, but hopefully for this year it will be a little bit better. So my first and second goal related to each other was to put each month $200 towards my house savings and towards my emergency fund. That did not happen because, again, a lot of circumstances that were not in our favor. Besides our rent, it's for house savings that we eventually want to purchase a home in the future. The little amount that goes in it each month is the interest that we get from having it in a high yield savings account. We do use EQ Bank for our high yield savings account, and so if you guys do want a referral code, I get a little bit of bonus for you guys signing up with my code. You guys get a little bit of some as well. So if you guys want that, it is in the link tree downstairs. Definitely go check it out if you guys want a high yield savings account. And so I've been using it for a very long time. It's definitely of the higher interest rates that are across Canada, including in comparison to other companies like Wealthsimple and such. I haven't checked the stats anytime recently. I just checked the communications that came out recently saying that EQ was going to drop their interest rate from like 4% to like 3.75, but then Wealthsimple, which I also have for investing purposes, they dropped theirs from 3.75 to 3.25. Nonetheless, do your own research. I'm not telling you what to do with your money, but if you guys do want to sign up for EQ Bank and their product, use my referral link. I get a little bonus and you get a little kick out of it too. So those goals for the house and for the emergency fund were not met. Next, we have pay off my visa, specifically my RBC visa. I wanted to pay off by the end of the year $10,000, and by the end of the year I also wanted to pay off my credit line $13,000 worth. I did here write down, refer to the notes in the back for details. I don't remember if I had an overall picture that I wanted for the end of the year to have contributed this amount of money towards paying down those debts and then work myself backwards. How much money do I have to put in the month? You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know if I did like a budgeted like monthly situation and then gathered that number times 12 to get the total for the year. I can't remember logistically how I worked it through. However, that goal was definitely not met. Reflecting on 2024, you do have to take it into account the fact that like if you don't pay off a high amount of your credit line or your credit cards, unfortunately interest does add up very quickly. So let's say that my monthly minimum for my principal amount owing on a certain credit card was $600 because that's just how much in debt I am. Okay, let's say that I put that through, but the interest rate itself monthly charged is $500. So I only really contributed $100 towards paying down my credit card in this case. That's something that I want to put into the new year. I want to be able to move my money better. That way I'm not caught in this loop of like, okay, I pay $1,000 but only really $500 because, well, interest rate that I get charged every single month is $500. You know what I mean? So I want to be a little bit smarter with my money, and that I guess I'll figure out in the first few months of the year with my finances and everything, money coming in and other goals that I have to account for, including bills and such. And so those were not accomplished either. We're off to a great start. My fifth goal is to put $2,500 yearly into the RESP, or the Registered Education Savings Plan that I have for my daughter. That's a Canada-wide registered account that we have for the government. That way we are able to save for our kids' education later on. And I left it blank because it hasn't happened. I did contribute a lot of the money that she got for her birthday and for her baptism. I did contribute all of that actually to her RESP, but I believe that's in the $900 range. That is definitely not like the $2,500 that I wanted to put in there for her. And the $2,500 is specifically because that's the maximum that you can contribute to the year for that type of account and be able to get 20% back from the government in grants. It's what I wanted to do to be able to match the maximum from the government, but obviously they're still going to match me whatever 20% of the total amount that I put in the account for the year, but it would be nice to get the full amount. All right, and next I have my sixth goal is to invest $200 every month. I did actually do this. So halfway through the year, I had to change my strategy of contributing $100 to my TFSA, which is the tax-free savings account, and $100 into my RRSP, which is the Registered retirement savings plan. Again, you can do your own research if you want to investigate more about those if you are in Canada. But essentially, I was contributing 100 to both of those in August or even September. I had to essentially change my strategy, and I did 200 completely to my RRSP. I did have to take out a lot of my TFSA money, which you are allowed to do without penalty, which really sucked, but it is what it is. We kind of needed it to pay off some things, and so thankfully I did have an account set up for that where the TFSA does not penalize you for taking out your own money. I did just contribute the full 200 to my RRSP and nothing for the TFSA, and until certain situations get resolved, I won't be contributing to my TFSA. I'll just contribute to my retirement plan. And my 7th goal that I have here is get back into selling Herbalife to make a little bit of extra money. That was not accomplished this year. I didn't make a single sale. If you guys aren't aware, I am a Herbalife distributor. It's like an independent contractor thing, so nobody is my boss. I am my own boss, and I can do this as frequently as I want to, or as part-time, or as never as I want to. The reason why I contribute to Herbalife is because I do like helping people meet their goals, whatever those goals may be, especially related to health. Like I said before, I can't with the little time that I have during the day that I don't often use it for myself ever. I can't put it towards making extra money for other people, and so I can't pour from my cup if it's empty to give other people's cup a little bit of some. And so that's the last goal, not accomplished. So out of 7 goals, I successfully contributed to 1. Nice. But anyways, if you guys want to see a more positive outcome, definitely go to my other channel. I think I accomplished a higher ratio for those. All right, and to quickly get into my goals for 2025, like I said, these are all related to personal finance. Starting off with my career, I do have here to research different ways to make passive income. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. If I can make income in a passive manner where I don't have to actually put in the work for it, then that's a great alternative to actually putting more hours elsewhere. I do Uber Eats on the side, and then I have my regular like 9 to 5 job. But if there's ways of getting passive income more than just my dividends from my investments, I think that would be a great contribution to be able to help our financial situation. Money in my accounts, so that's a different like category that I have. I'm not sure if I'm gonna rename it later on in the year, but I have here to move all my income to go into my EQ bank, which I stated before that I have for all bill payments, and my RBC account to only have a buffer for withdrawals. So I have automatic withdrawals that come out from my RBC checking account, the checking account that I've had since I started working. So that's gonna remain open, but just for a buffer to take out my typical investment, any automatic withdrawals that happen, whether towards car insurance or whatever it is. But I want my majority of my money to go into EQ bank. That way I have a buffer just in the RBC, and my majority of my money stays with a high yield savings account. That way I can get interest on the side. Next, I have money movement. 2 goals here, which is to have cash envelope budgeting and tracking. So that's something that I stated in actually other videos of mine. I do want to begin the cash budgeting system, and I have started the cash budgeting system. I have pre-filmed videos and such, but you guys will see those after this one because it's just a nice way of beginning the new year for 2025, to reflecting on the goals that I had for last year and seeing what I have in the upcoming year. But I do want to implement the cash budgeting system and also tracking my money a little bit better for the new year, not only for me, but also if I ever do choose to do content when it comes to showing you guys what I do, where each dollar goes. I do want to do that accurately for you guys to be able to reflect and actually also help you guys achieve your goals. And then next, I have to pay towards my debt aggressively and get them down by 7,000. I think I mean not total, each individual visa that I have, pay it down by like 7,000. 7,000 a year sounds like very low, so I'm guessing I meant like my credit line 7,000, my Visa card 7,000, my other Visa 7,000, etc. So that's what I think is more realistic based on that number. But I'll check in with you guys at the end of the year or halfway through the year to reflect on these. And my last category that I have here is actually for YouTube, which I think it can be considered like a financial or a social goal. Anyways, I have here to post at least 1 video every 2 weeks minimum, and then a bonus if I post a shorts also. So obviously with the innovative idea that shorts and like reels and TikTok, short form content is very popular nowadays, and so I want to be able to make these YouTube videos for you guys, but also be able to produce a short form as well. And that is basically it, guys. We went through my 2024 goals, reflected on them, see what worked, see what didn't, and we also went through the 2025 goals that I have set out for the new year. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and hopefully it's of some motivation to you guys as well to be able to achieve your goals. If you did, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and also share it. Please share the word with any of your family members or friends and whoever may benefit from this video, because I feel like finances, if you are a working individual, it affects you no matter what. I definitely want to be able to encourage you guys to achieve your goals by being able to write them down, share them, and have an accountability partner. If I'm your only accountability buddy when it comes to your goals, by all means, let me know downstairs in the comments any goals that you have set out for yourself for the 2025 year, and hopefully we're both able to achieve them by the end. And as previously stated, if you guys are new here and would like to consider subscribing, I would appreciate it if you did. If you do choose to do so, the button's just downstairs. Click it and you'll be subscribed to the channel, and you'll be in tune as to whenever I post a video and make updates along the way. Let me know questions that you may have downstairs in the comments, and if you guys want to see any future videos of mine related to anything personal finance, definitely let me know downstairs in the comments. So thanks once again so much for the view. Until next time, guys, Dios los bendiga. God bless you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.